All right, everybody. This is a new episode of Thoughts. This is episode 2, and this one, it really is based off of getting the buzz for your record label, right? And I encourage everybody to go back and watch my top 5 from this week, because that really talked about getting the right type of artist on your record label. At least it's a start for that. So I'll post that right there. Make sure you go and you check out my top 5. So what I want to do is I want to dig into what you need. And my top 5 discuss that. You need a great product, okay? Without having that great artist or a decent artist to getting started, you won't really have anything to base a buzz off of, okay? Because the record company's buzz does not come from the record company. It comes from the pedigree of artists that the record company decides to use, okay? That's how the record company gets the buzz. They get the buzz off of the artist, and then they get their branding. Now, okay, Casey, how do you do this? Well, when you're selecting that artist, there are a couple things you're going to want to have them to have. And one of them is a great sense of drive and urgency. And you can watch that in my top 5, but at least if they don't have that, you don't really have anything to work with. Now let's focus on this buzz for you. Okay? This buzz is going to be predicated on that great product, but then you're also going to have a few things in terms of promotion to get your branding and your buzz out. All right? So to get this buzz for this record label, we're going to want to depend on some people, because we have a great product. Let's just say we went through all that. We have a great product. Back in the day, people came up with the promotion method of street teams, especially in the urban music space, or the black music space, if you will. All right, but nowadays the landscape has changed, and though people actually still use the physical street teams, we actually want to use something that's going to be a lot more efficient to our pockets and our time, which would be the micro influencer and influencer street teams. All right, there are tons of people out there who have social media pages and whatnot that are in our niche. See, in the early 2000s, it used to be blogs. And before it was blogs, it was the street team. So the street team came out of the physical street onto the blogs. Everybody's like, oh, you gotta have the blogs because that's where the people are. And record labels build buzz based off a congregation and concentration of attention. And where is the cheapest attention? Well, the cheapest attention will be right here in your phone. I don't have my phone, it's somewhere. But it's gonna be right in your phone. And you're gonna find cheap attention in influencers, micro influencers to be exact, because all of my small brand record labels, you don't really have a lot of money to take on the bigger influencers. So you're going to have the micro influencers, anywhere from 3,000 to 10,000 followers. Those are the people that you're looking for that will be able to promote your artist, all right, in your niche. So what's an example of that? Well, an example of that would be, let's see. If there is a t-shirt company that is popular in your area, right? Your geographical area. I would like to equate the geographical area to a 300-mile radius of where you're operating. That is your geographical area. And in that area, you're going to look at things that will relate to the niche. You're going to look at, I'm talking about, even if it's trap music, all the way down to the strippers, right? The Instagram models that are low in number. We're not doing high number Instagram models. We're doing low numbers. T-shirts, all right? What's the hottest salesperson in your area that has product for sale that you can slip the music in their ads? Micro influencers, because that's all that you can afford. And you find a list, get a list of 100 or a list of 300 if you just like that, and find these people in your geographical area and then reach out to them and ask them, can you do a cross promotion with their product? Boom, that's your digital street team, the micro influencers. Now, well, so to say, that's not necessarily all the digital, because there's more to digital. We have another aspect that takes a little bit more know-how, and that's called running the ads. All right, if you're running ads on your music, it would help if you had some type of base. So we go from a micro influencer base to help us get our word out there to the next step, which would be actually running ads on our own stuff. This would be the equivalent of running an ad on YouTube for your music video, because people don't really like to see advertisements for music. They get bombarded with music every day. So when you create the music video, you want to create the music video from the perception that you're creating an advertisement. And then you take that and then you actually spend ad dollars on it, right? I just saw Lil Duval's video for Don't Worry, Be Happy. Very colorful, bright, shiny, catching, and eye-catching and everything like that. It came on while I was watching, I think I was watching the 85 South show on YouTube, and it came on as an ad, and I watched the whole thing because the music video was engaging. And that's why I watched the whole thing. It was an advertisement. We're not doing this to get people to watch the video. We're doing it for buzz for the label. All right? If you get that through your head. And this works for artists too if you're watching this and you're an artist. That's how we're going to utilize the digital ad space as a street team. And then we bump it all the way up to a physical street team when the congregation of people in a certain city or location has something to do with the music, the style of music that we make, all right, at any given time. An example of a street team would be 2 weeks prior to your release, or 30 days prior or 30 days post your release, you got your physical street team out there at conferences, maybe at the beach, at high peak times. We have so many tools to make this happen. You can click on a club on Google, look at the peak time in which people are going to be there, and go out there and have your street team out there with signs, just like voters do, right? Like on campaign day, right? And they have everybody out there with the signs waving, and hey, everybody vote for such and such. But you have your street team out there with signs in that high peak hour, all right, with the signs, or you got posters stapled up, or you have them glued. Maybe the hipster scene in your city or the music area in your city is where you're going to put all your physical product. A concentrated area with people congregating at a set time is how you're going to build buzz for your label. And when you do that and you run those digital ads, you give, the thing for the influencer marketers, it's going to lead back to your label because of the pedigree of artists that you chose from the beginning. All right? You chose a great artist with a great sense of work ethic, and then you took them and then you put them through the micro influencers, and it led back to you, the label and the artist. And then you did the digital thing where you ran your advertisements, and it gave a little bit of shine to the label, but it goes back to the artist. But then when they find out who did that, it's you, the record label. And then when you have your physical street team out there in the streets and they're putting up posters or holding signs and flyers, you've got your record label on there. All right? In the beginning of the music video, you might flash your record label in the beginning. Okay? So that's how you're going to build the buzz for your record label. And for artists, this will work for you too. All right? So that's been this episode of Thoughts. I hope you all download the profit maximization checklist below and the musician's guide to self-publishing down below. All right? I'll be back next week with more info, and we'll keep this Thoughts going. And as soon as I get some really intriguing questions, we'll use this platform to answer those questions. All right? Anyway, I will see you all next week right here on Thoughts on the Music Money Makeover channel. All right? My name is Casey Graham. Peace.